Hi guys, today I'm back with another declutter video, or what I'm going to call a makeup spring cleaning, and I 100% stole that from Emily Noel. I didn't know what I was going to call this video because in my past declutters I will have a playlist listed down below if you're curious to see my other declutters that are excessive, that are a little bit different than this. I will show you everything of that category and show you what I love, what I don't like, and what's going and what's staying. Here today, and what I saw Emily Noel do, her video is like a little bit different, but I love the spring cleaning of makeup title because that's exactly what I did. I went through my makeup collection, just picked out things that I haven't been reaching for, that aren't of interest to me, that are super old, whatever it may be, wrong shade, a lot of wrong shade for foundation, and they're just taking up room, and I've been doing redecorating and decluttering, so it felt really good to get some of this out of my collection. So different to my other declutter videos where I show you what's staying, what's going, this is fully a what's going video. As always, if anything is brand new, it will be going to a women's shelter here in Toronto. The rest will go to friends and family. And of course, I have to say it, the white blanket that I'm using is for decluttering, not an old family heirloom, so I am free to get makeup all over it. It cost $15. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So here is everything that's going, and I'm just gonna go through section by section and let you know why. If it's a matter of color, shade, I just don't like it, I have doubles, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and get into it. You might be surprised to see these foundations here. I actually love both of these and have reviewed both of them. It's just a matter of shades. Sometimes brands will send me multiple shades of a product, sometimes the full collection, which I obviously cannot make use of. So it's not a matter of me not liking these, I just already have them in my shade. So these will go, and I'll link to these reviews down below. And I said these will go, but they're all going, so I just need to get used to this new style. So both of these are foundations I've loved in the past, but they're just really old. The L'Oreal Infallible, I've had this since I would say 2014 or 2015, whenever it came out, and Kat Von D, same thing. I've had this for quite some time, so that's why I'm getting rid of them. More foundations. I have to review the foundation stick from Wet n Wild still. I have not yet, but they sent me 3 shades, and these 2 are not my shades, nor would they really be contour shades either, which is what I might use them for. So those are gonna go. This is the Revlon full cover, sorry. I don't know if I have a shade in this foundation. Let me know if you have tried this. I mean, I really love their other foundations, but I always have a hard time matching myself, and I think this is kind of like a moussey style texture, so I don't really think I'm even gonna like it anyways. And then this is the Lancome, which I have reviewed and loved, but this one is just not my shade. More foundations here. This Liz Wautier one, not my shade. This Chanel one I was matched to, and again, not my shade. I almost never properly get matched, so my best friend is in luck here because she's a little bit lighter than me, and we'll get that. The Giorgio Armani, I don't think this is my shade. This is shade 8, and it seemed really neutral, and the texture felt so thick and crazy. So I don't know if it's off or something. It's the powder fabric. I do want to try this one and the luminous silk because people rave about those. Then the Immaculate liquid powder foundation, not my shade, and the Pure is also not my shade. A couple of concealers in here. I actually did a concealer clean out a little while back, like a sneaky one that wasn't filmed, so I didn't have much to get rid of. The Revlon, I don't really like this concealer very much, and I love the Candid, so I figured I would hold on to the Candid. Inglot is just way off in terms of shade, and the Glamouflage, again, is not a great shade either, so this will go too. A couple of eyeshadow primers in here. It's not that any of these are particularly bad, but I only have limited space in my little like Muji drawers for eyeshadow primers, so I had to pare down a little bit in terms of ones that I don't really reach for that much. So I have one here from Marc that's gonna go, Essence, along with the Balm. My favorite eyeshadow primers, if you're wondering, NARS, I love the Lorac, I love just using my concealer as well. So yeah, these will go. I have a ton of lip products here, and to be honest, I've been putting off my lipstick declutter because I have so many and I have no idea how to approach it, and there's no way in hell am I going to be swatching like 1,000 lipsticks in a video. So I still need to do that, but I just picked through my collection and picked out a few that I know that I'm not really reaching for. These I was holding on to mostly because I just love that they're like cat related, but the smell of these and the taste is so bad. I held on to one that is in the shade Sphinx because I want a Sphinx cat, but I'm gonna get rid of the other ones. I love the new CoverGirl lipsticks because they are not scented, but I figured I would finally let go of those. Then these are also from Marc. I thought they were nice, but I just, again, never reach for them. There was another product here that I hated. What did I hate? Oh, these. So I have loved literally every single thing I've ever tried from Makeup Forever, with the exception of these guys. And they came out around the time that lip paints were really, really popular, and I can see them working in an artistic setting for shooting, for editorial, which is obviously not I. So, and they also came in no nude shades. They're all really, really bold shades. So I'm gonna get rid of these. They're just not for my personal use. Another lip paint that I'm getting rid of is from Lorac. No, not at all. From L'Oreal. It's one of the metallics. I like it, but again, I have a bunch of metallic kind of berry shades. Then a bunch of lip liners here. Again, my lip liners are kept with the eyeshadow primers in Emoji, and I was just getting really full. So these are just some duplicates that I have. This one is Too Nude from Bite Beauty. It doesn't really line my lips in any way. And then again, same can be said for this Annabelle one. I have another from Marcel, Essence, and NYX, and I actually love this formula, but it's just like I have a bunch of these colors, and most of the time when I'm wearing a lip liner, it's almost always some kind of browny rosy nude. Very rarely do I match my actual lip liner to the lip color, so those will go. I love the Bite Beauty French Press glosses. I have a whole swatch video on them, but this was the shade that impressed me the least, and it's just really dark. It's not the kind of shade, even if it's a little bit patchy, but even if it wasn't a little bit patchy, I don't reach for really dark glosses like that. I've had this forever, definitely 5 years, if not longer. So they're the LA Girl Glazed. That's gonna go. This from LA Splash. What is it? LA Splash. Yeah. So I have another lilac purple that I'm going to hold on to, because obviously this is not a shade that I wear very often, but it is the kind of thing that I have in the past mixed in with another lip color in the center, but I don't need two lilacs. Then I have some liquid lipsticks here. Oh, this is a mascara, actually. This is from Buxom, Big T's. I wasn't too sold on that. Essence Matte Matte Matte. I actually do like this formula, but I just don't ever wear that shade. Same with Bare Minerals. I literally just grabbed some of these because I was like, you never reach for them, just get rid of them. I've had people in the past suggest like, oh, take all the things that you're gonna declutter and put them in your closet and see if you reach for them. And I know I'm never gonna do it, because I always declutter stuff and then the next day I can barely remember what I decluttered because I have so much makeup. It's like, I know I'm not gonna miss it, so if I'm picking it out to declutter it, it's going. That's the whole point. I'm not gonna like secondly hoard it for another 2 or 3 months only to get rid of it. And I'm so limited on space here in my apartment that I have to be a little bit more ruthless, I guess. And I have way too much, even though, you know, it's my job and I need to have more than the average person. It's still just overwhelming. So these are going to go from Urban Decay. They are from the Naked Cherry collection. I liked them, but again, I don't reach for them. This is limited edition from NARS. It's nice and it's nude, but don't need it. This is brand new from NYX. I never opened it, so I'm going to donate it. The Intense Butter Gloss. Again, I don't really wear colorful glosses. I like these. I think they're liquid lipsticks technically from Essence, but more like a lip gloss, I would say. Just a little too nude for me. And I decided to get rid of this from Bite. It is one of their prismatic multi-sticks in Oyster Pearl, and it's just not the kind of shade I'd wear on my eyes or my face, so I will get rid of that as well. Let's move in to some face powders. I know a lot of you are really disappointed that these were being discontinued, the Maybelline Better Skin, so I'm just gonna ditch them. I do like this powder, but I like their new Superstay to set my face, so it makes more sense for me to hold on to that. I bought this from BH Cosmetics years ago. I heard it was a dupe for the MAC Studio Fix, but unfortunately I bought the wrong shade for 240. I still do want to try it, but the shade is a little bit too dark for me to use as a powder foundation. From Tarte, I held on to another powder from them. Oh, their loose powder foundation that I reviewed a little while back, so I'm going to get rid of these. This is like a white translucent-y, which I never really use those kinds. And then this one I'm pretty sure is being discontinued or is in like limited stock on their website. Then I have this one from Quo. It's just a powder I don't ever reach for. Again, I don't often reach for these types of like white powders. They're never as translucent as they say. From Givenchy, this is their Prisme Libra powder, matte finish, enhanced radiant loose powder. And this intrigues me because the packaging and it's fancy, but again, the packaging also stops me from using it because it's kind of just annoying, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I've had it now for a couple months and haven't reached for it. From Laneige, I actually have 2 of these Hydro Radiance foundations, so I'm just gonna get rid of that one. And then this is from Wet n Wild. I like this cushion foundation, but this is just not my shade again. And then from Pure, this powder I had tried and I enjoyed, but I'm just getting rid of it because, I don't know, I have to get rid of something, you know what I mean? So that's gonna be it. And then from the Body Shop, this is their powder foundation, and I've been holding on to a bunch of their stuff to like review, and I don't know, I never ever get around to it. So it's time to face facts that I'm not gonna review it probably, so these are going. More face products here. I have Stila. These are their kind of, what do they call these? Heaven's Hue highlighters. I held on to one of them. These are both in the shade, oh, you can't even see. These are both in the shade Kitten, and I held on to the more gold one because that's more my jam. So these are gonna go. I definitely don't need 3 of them. From Cover FX, I actually quite like this and was using it as a body highlighter, but I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't need a body highlighter. Then this is the Hard Candy, like one of their original highlighters. It's not great for my skin tone, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I have a couple things from Too Faced here. This is their Peach Perfect Glow, whatever. It just feels dry. I don't know. I was looking at it and it's kind of pretty actually. Uh-oh, having second thoughts. It's kind of dry, but also so natural, but it's just a little too light. I wish it came in a little bit warmer of a color. So I am gonna get rid of it along with the Sun Bunny bronzer. It's just not my shade. Oh, and I also have the Chocolate Soleil medium deep matte bronzer, which this is not medium deep in my opinion, so I want to try the dark chocolate one. The formula seems nice, but just not a great color again for me. A couple more Canadian brands in here, Marcel, Annabelle. Getting rid of this cream blush. Again, it's brand new and I just figured it's a good opportunity to donate. This one as well, I have doubles of the Perfect Glow highlighter. I have a bunch of their bronzers from Marcel and Annabelle between the two, so I figured I'd get rid of this one as well. And then this is from Liz Wattier, and I actually really like this, but I'm pretty sure it was limited edition, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Ow, pinched my finger. This, I've been holding on to this. It's the Wet n Wild from their Mermaid collection, and I actually didn't mind the way this looks on the skin, even though it's like a greeny gold, but just too many highlighters. Same with this one. I have a bunch of highlighters that I love from Wet n Wild, so there's no need to hold on to so many. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Powder. Again, I don't use those kind of powders. Pixie Glow, they sent 2 of these. One was like a more kind of bronzy one, which is more my preference, and that one smashed, and then this one stayed intact, of course. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. When I swatched on my hand, it just was overall too light pink for me. I held on to this one in my last blush declutter, but again, I have other NYX blushes that I really like, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I was really debating holding on to this because it's super cute. I can't remember the collection. It was some kind of fruit collection from MAC, but this just doesn't really do much for my skin when it's all blended together. CoverGirl, this is pretty, but again, not my shade. And then from e.l.f., I held on to another one of these duo highlighters in like an orange and a yellow, but I'm gonna get rid of this one because I have other kind of purpley pink highlighters that work better for me. Lastly, I have some eye products, a couple more face products. Like I said, I have a few of these Annabelle Marcel bronzers, so I'm gonna hold on to one of those and get rid of the rest. From Wet n Wild, they've since released permanent bronzers, so I'm gonna get rid of this one from the Fire and Ice collection. Getting rid of these little quads, although I really like them. I'm just trying to be realistic. I never reach for them. From Avon, I have a quad from them that I really like that's all matte, so I'm gonna hold on to that, get rid of that. 2 more eyeshadow primers that I was not huge on, Physicians Formula and Hard Candy, so they are both gonna go. This from Freedom / like Makeup Revolution. The packaging is wonky. It's like a little bit too messy, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Black Radiance, I actually really think this is such a beautiful blush, but my blush drawer was just like too overrun and I was like, something has to go. And again, I was basically just reaching for what don't I reach for? You know, like I can always find a use for these kinds of things, but I need to be realistic, and basically it was what aren't I reaching for? You will go. So that was that case. Same with these Essence pencils. There's nothing wrong with them, but I just, again, don't reach for them. More Body Shop that never gets used. This is a Dior palette from, I don't remember what collection this was, but just not really my shades. A bunch of single eyeshadows here. So I held on to other ones of these Moon Dust from Urban Decay. They're actually really pretty, but this Chemtrail one, not my shade. How many times can I say it? I have doubles of this Pure Pigment from Inglot. That one's going to my friend Shell. I already messaged her. She's a big Pure Pigment fan. Two kind of lighter peachy shades that I thought might be pretty for me, but are just too light and pastel on my skin. And then this is a Revlon cream shadow. I held on to like the beige one, but I'm gonna get rid of the gold. I very rarely reach for that type of product. This e.l.f. palette is gonna go because I have so many other e.l.f. palettes. And this is gonna go from Bad Habit. I had debated it in my eyeshadow palette declutter, but it seems like Bad Habit is rebranding or whatever it may be. So it's brand new, so I'm just gonna ditch it instead, and someone else will have it instead of me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this spring cleaning video. Let me know down below if you're doing anything similar in your makeup collection, and if you would like to see these moving forward, because generally I stick to those kind of declutter style videos, but I also do this quite often too, and just kind of get the things out of my collection. So if you did enjoy this, be sure to let me know. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.